Hey guys, it's William, welcome back. Today I'm going to share with you my third and final Christmas recipe of the year, and this one is amazing, just as the other ones I recently shared with you. Today we're gonna make an amazing and showstopper gingerbread layer cake. This cake is super moist and super light and just amazing, filled with spices and full of flavor. I'm sure you're gonna love it, so let's get right into it. As you will see, this recipe is pretty similar to my pain d'épices, so gingerbread that I recently shared with you, because it is essentially a gingerbread just as well, except that this time we will add eggs and this cake will be lighter and softer, less chewy and less dense than my regular gingerbread. And let's get right into it. It is just as easy. We're gonna start by melting together some butter, which I'm going to cover in my sauce pot with some runny honey. And then I'm going to add amazing date syrup on top of everything. You can also use molasses if you prefer, but I personally like date syrup a lot more. Alright, we're gonna put everything on the stove and let it melt, but not boil. We are just looking for melted butter here, but not for the mixture to be too hot, since otherwise we would curdle the eggs. Everything looks and smells amazing already, so I'm just going to transfer everything into another bowl, and then we can add some gorgeous dark brown sugar. And finally, I'll crack in 2 large eggs, whisking between each addition. This looks amazing. Now it is time to work on our dry ingredients and spices. There's a lot of it, of course, and I'm going to use here some all-purpose flour, to which I'm going to add some baking powder and baking soda, and then we can add the spices, starting with the less dividing one, which is cinnamon, of course, and then I'm going to add some more intense flavors with some ginger. Then I'm going to add some allspice and cardamom, as well as nutmeg, and finally some ground cloves. This is my favorite combination, and then I'm just going to mix everything with my teaspoon, just to make sure that our baking powder and baking soda are well distributed in the flour. Great, now we're gonna add all of our dry ingredients, sifting them first just to make sure that we don't have any lumps, and then I'm going to incorporate them with my spatula before adding the final ingredients. Time to add the final ingredients, and I actually forgot to add the vanilla extract, always important when it comes to baking, even though we're making a cake full of many spices and flavors. And I'm also going to add some whole milk. This will just make our cake even lighter and moist. It is time to bake our cake layers, and today I am baking 4 different layers, and I'm going to use an 18cm cake pan. This is the equivalent of a 7-inch cake pan, and I'm just going to butter it, of course, and then add my preparation. And I'm going to do this 4 different times until I have my 4 different layers. And I'm going to bake them in my preheated oven at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 in Fahrenheit. And I'm going to bake my cake layers for about 15 to 20 minutes. And personally, the right spot for me was around 17 minutes. And then you're gonna let them cool completely on a wire rack before moving on to the next step. My cake layers are looking shiny and amazing. It is time to take care of the frosting, and I'm going to make my classic cream cheese frosting with a few updates. I'm going to start by whisking together some cream cheese with some runny honey. This will add interesting flavors to our overall cake, since there's already honey in the sponge. And I'm going to whisk it with some vanilla extract until it is nice and combined. This will take less than a minute. now I'm just going to whisk in some crème fraîche. If you are in the UK, I suggest using some double cream or some heavy whipping cream if you are in the US. It really depends on where you are, basically. And I'm going to whisk everything until I have a super thick frosting. Before assembling the cake, I'm just going to level my cake layers since they were a bit domed and I do not want that today. So I'm just going to level 3 out of my 4 layers and then we can assemble the cake. Time to assemble the cake, and honestly, you know the song, we're just gonna alternate the cake layers and frosting layers. And I'm not going to do anything complicated since I'm making a simple naked cake. Yes, this is this kind of Christmas. And then we can just decorate the top with some swirly action. Right, now I'm just going to store my cake in the fridge until it is time to cut it. I suggest putting it for about an hour or 2 in the fridge just to make sure that everything sets up. Time to decorate our gorgeous cake, and we're not gonna do anything complicated for sure. I'm just going to sprinkle some ground cinnamon on top of it, and then I'm going to add some little gingerbread people on top of my cake. I made them myself, but if you are feeling lazy, and it's your right, you can buy them in the supermarket if you prefer. I do have a wonderful recipe for gingerbread men on my YouTube channel, so go check it out if you haven't already. And then you're just going to decorate the top of your cake. And that's it. It was that easy to make such an astonishing cake. This gingerbread layer cake is everything you want and need around Christmas time, whether it is during fall or now in winter. I'm sure you're gonna love this recipe, and believe me, it is not that difficult to make. You just need to have all of the ingredients and patience to just wait for everything to cool and so on and so forth. But you can find the entire list of ingredients in the description box of this video, along with my social media where you can share with me your amazing pictures of cake and food that you make. You can tag me there on Instagram. Willis Kitchen is my account. And also subscribe to this YouTube channel to help me grow on YouTube, and give this video a like and a comment. I'll be very happy to respond, and I'll see you very soon for another amazing recipe. Bye!